Right inside. It's going to bring up Jim Dwyer.
Dwyer was called out on strikes in the opening inning. Ball one. Dwyer was called out on strikes in what looked like a pretty darn good pitch from Andujar that started in and then just tailed off and ran right back out over the plate and had Jim jackknifing out of the way. Those are the runners at second base. Sheets, first base Burles. 1 out.
Orioles come home tonight to play 21 of the next 28 games at home. Turn that 6-11 record around in a hurry, we hope. Popped him up. Yep.
This is Canseco, the left fielder. Little wind. Stayed with it without any difficulty. 2 gone. You see those kind of pop-ups, and there have been a couple of them. One off the bat of Kennedy, one off the bat of Dwyer, and one off the bat of Ray Knight. Usually indicative of the fact that he's got a pretty good fastball. And when thrown above the belt, has a tendency to jump, to rise a little bit, and that's what brings along some of those pop-ups. Cal Ripken was one of 4 Orioles to walk in the first inning. Getaway ball game. There'll be a great big firework display after the game here in the Coliseum tonight. Ball 1 to Rip. Usually, if you're going to have one of those very slow, methodical games, it'll jump up at you on a getaway game, like tonight. The Orioles will have the day off tomorrow and open up against the California Angels Wednesday night. Hoping for good weather, and we know that if there's good weather, there will be an excellent crowd. The Oakland A's also have a day off tomorrow, and they go buzzing into Toronto to take on the Blue Jays on Wednesday. Ripken awaiting the 1-1. Another foul ball, and this one, really smart. Rich Bancels, the Oriole trainer, and Dad Cal Sr. on his way out, and Ripken kind of felt them coming and heard them coming. Take a look at the foul ball and see if it doesn't, whether it hits the shin or the ankle or where. Oh. Well, this afternoon, Toronto took the measure of the Seattle Mariners 6-5. And the Yankees won again 6-3 over the California Angels. Kansas City did a number again on the White Sox, beat them 6-1. So Toronto and the Yankees have already won. Milwaukee draws a bye right at the shortstop, charging Griffin. Second base, got it. That's it. At the end of an inning and a half, the score: the Orioles 1, Oakland nothing. He started a game at third base past Wednesday night. Here's the second baseman Burleson from the third base side of the bag, and he throws out save. On the first pitch, they had 3 infielders between second and third. Had they not played him that way, that might have gone right into center field.
2 pitches, 2 outs. And that's going to bring up Mike Davis, right fielder.
We're waiting a little bit for Davis. He's worth waiting for. Just a very good ball player in all departments. 282 hitter is Mike.
Got some talent. Good outfielder with a good arm.
He's hit in 12 of his last 14 games. 5 home runs, 11 ribbies.
He has one drawback, is the fact that left-hand hitters do give him a tough time.
And the lefty Eric Bell He looks and the strike is called.
We saw him go right up in those right field stands yesterday for a home run.
Well, Atlanta hammered the Cardinals by a 14-5 count. Burleson gets there, waits for Murray to straighten up at first, and throws him out for the final out of the inning. All she wrote. The pitch to Lynn. 2 balls, no strikes. Milwaukee started with a fantastic start, winning 13 without a defeat, 13 in a row. And then after that, they're 4 and 15. Pretty well hit. Deep right. Chasing out there is Davis and Javier. The center fielder, Javier, makes the play. Brooks, you're right. The ball does carry better in this park in the daytime. Lynn hit that well. The wind is what there is of it. Seems to be blowing toward left field.
Chuck, I saw a blurb in the paper yesterday. You talk about streaks, and you were talking about Milwaukee. The quote in the paper was the 1916 New York Giants had the longest winning streak in Major League history. They won 26 straight games that year. But the other thing was they had another streak that year that they won 17 games. And you know what? They finished 4th. They only won 86 games, but they had 2 winning streaks of 26 and 17 games. Now you figure that out, and finished 4th in the American League that year. The Dodgers won.
The Milwaukee Brewers don't want to hear that this year, that's for sure.
Ray Knight, who flied to the left fielder first time up, looks like he's going to fly to the center fielder this time, close to the warning track. Javier's got it.
That's the final out at the end of 2.5. Orioles 1, Oakland nothing.
Catch the magic when the Orioles take on the California Angels Wednesday at 7:30 on DC20, your superstation.
It's new and it's hot. The 1987 Orioles bumper sticker from Jiffy Lube and Channel 2. Stop by any Jiffy Lube for your free bumper sticker.
In the bottom of the 3rd for the Oakland A's, it'll be Tony Phillips, Mickey Tettleton, and Stan Javier against the Oriole left-hander Eric Bell. Tony Phillips has had 1 base hit in 8 trips. He's one of 1, 2, 3, 4 switch hitters in the batting order for the A's tonight.
Well, he is a good little player. In fact, he had a hit for the cycle one time against the Orioles in Baltimore. Home run, triple, double, single, another single, 5 for 5. Had a lot of injuries over the last couple years that slowed him down.
You talk about hitting for the cycle, and it's just one of the most difficult things to do in baseball. Matter of fact, in the history of the Oriole franchise, it's only happened twice.
Yep.
Brooks Robinson has hit for the cycle, and Cal Ripken has hit for the cycle.
You would think there would be more people to do that. I mean, we're talking about from 54 through 87 right now, 2 guys, and I did it in 60, and then Ripken did it a couple years ago in Texas, I believe.
You know, and the Orioles have had their fair share of pretty good hitters in this history of the franchise. Thing I think that perhaps affected the Oriole hitters as much as anything else, and I don't exclude you when I make this comment, Brooks, that the difficulty of running.
Time up.